I don't understand because you got all these countries in the Middle East with oil that have like so much money that they don't even have to work. It's like it's so fucking crazy what they do out there, right? It's like if you can think of it, we can make it happen. It's beautiful here. Come. And they have
No
all
taxes.
the money in the world, no taxes, nothing, right? Let's
Right.
make the longest city in the world, 60 feet wide by 1 billion meters, right? Like what the fuck's going on over there?
Yeah.
Why are they different than Canada? Like we have all the fucking oil, we have all the raw materials. Why are we an indebted nation? We're a third world nation with a big fucking mask over our faces.
Yeah.
We should be so wealthy. We should be walking around or driving around in our diamond studded Rolls Royces, like because we were born in Canada. Because if you dig under our ground, you might find some minerals or something that are worth something in your backyard. Like that's how rich this country is, right?
Yes.
And what the
This
fuck
goes
is going
back
on?
to, don't even get me going on this. I mean, it is one of my, it just pushes my buttons. Like, it
Mm.
is so ridiculous that we are a country that has everything that the world needs. And if you look at our track record, if you look at our history in terms of
Fucking
exports, imports,
broke.
well, imports, exports, we import often more than we export. What the hell is going on? Like, how is that even possible?
So
And
dumb.
because of climate change, because of environment, I mean, we have food, we have fuel, we have fertilizer, we have commodities, we have uranium, we've got it all, yet
Everything.
we don't.
Lithium now. Like anything that's the buzzword, it's
Yes,
here.
it's
Nickel,
here.
lithium,
Why aren't
platinum.
we selling it?
What
And
the
why aren't we doing
fuck?
it? And a lot of that has to do again with climate change and have the environmental, and we can produce all
What?
of those things. Being environmentally responsible, it drives me, it's like so in our face. And I look at our manufacturing, I just looked at numbers yesterday. Our manufacturing over the past 15 years has been like, it's like, if it was an EKG, the guy would be dead. It's just, there's nothing
What do
there.
we even make here anymore?
I don't know.
No,
And
really.
Housing.
we
Housing, does
invest
that
zero
count?
dollars in research and development, which you need to be. So back to the housing side of things, we're debt driven. We are not a productive country, which is just an absolute crime. And I know there'd be people that go, yes, we are. And they'd have all these examples of it. And you can give me all the examples in the world. I just look at the end result. It's like saying, well, we did $4 billion in our business. Oh, well, what was your bottom line? Oh, we were upside down $1 billion. Okay, well, that's Canada.
Right.
Mm. That makes sense. Yeah, and I think that that's part of the, maybe that's the Albertan in you, is that you've got all the information out there that is definitely, like, the facts are the facts. Is that we've had issues with bureaucracy in the province and the federal government screwing over people in Alberta the way they have over the years, and we've got all these different resources. We've got China owning different mines. We've got different mineral rights that aren't ours anymore, that don't belong to Canadian corporations, that we've got to struggle with. What do you see, like, in the geopolitical world then? Because Daryl kind of brought up the those countries, like, I guess, Saudi Arabia. I'm not sure what that accent was, Daryl, but it was
That's
somewhere
my
out there.
Dubai
That
accent. I
was
don't
the
even
Dubai.
know
Okay, so he's
what that
Arab, right?
accent is. That's my
Like
Arabic.
with BRICS, what's going on right now with having the Chinese yuan being part of the global currency. Like, how are you seeing that as a geopolitical type of topic?
It's hard to paint a fun picture. It's hard to paint a positive picture. I think, again, we are going into that new era, and not just as a country, but globally. We talk about going from the third to the fourth turning. I think we're in some portion of that, and some degree of that is happening. When I look geopolitical, there's all sorts of, I guess, views of the world. I think that China has played Putin, and I think that the war that China has played it, the art of war, classic, and Ukraine and Russia war is just a proxy of the war between China and the US. That's what I kind of look at it as. And I'm not saying I'm right, just how I view it and the research and some of the people that I listen to. And I've listened to a lot of it and lots of different views. When we look at what's happening on the oil side of it, I know oil's down right now, and everybody thinks that, inflation is kind of under control. Interest rates have, in my view, very, very little to do with controlling and managing inflation. What's happened in this case is that interest rates coincided with oil prices coming down. I think this is going to be a break. I think by the end of the year, you're going to see much higher oil prices and much higher inflation as a result of oil prices. So that's my view and kind of when I look at it. So geopolitical, we see, UK, we see Europe, we see what's happening in China, Russia. We're going through a whole transformation, and then we haven't, then you look at monetary. U.S. as a reserve currency. Are they going to lose that status? Maybe, at some point they will. It could be years down the road.
Not in our lifetime, in my opinion.
Yeah. I don't think. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Well, it could be. I wouldn't say not in our. Maybe not in my lifetime because I'm an old guy. I think probably in your lifetime, TK. Probably.
Thank you for pointing out TK.
So glad that
fucker.
You said my name first. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was skipping over me. He's skipping over me here.
Yeah.
You mentioned third and fourth turning in between. Can you explain that to me? Just what?
Well, there's no easy explanation. You have to read the book, The Fourth Turning, and you start to see just where we're going from monetary policy to collapse to the transition into technology and what's happening right now. And it really is a shift at a global level of what's happening. So read the book, The Fourth Turning. It is dry. It is a tough slug to read. I tried listening to it. That didn't work. And sadly, you have to read it. But that was my, I'm not the smartest, knife in the drawer. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. So it takes me a little while to absorb that stuff. So,
okay.
But let's put it this way. We are at a global level going through huge changes. And Canada is not going to escape those changes. I think we're in about the best place. Lots of people talk about leaving Canada, getting the hell out of here and going to some other country. There's no escaping it. You have to really look at and say, what is the best country to live in? It's all going to be at the effect of it.